Mackenzie Joy Brennan. Thank you very much for joining me this evening.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so Mills just laid it out. You heard it there first. Some lawmakers are citing some real concerns with the living conditions at Alligator Alcatraz. I wonder whether or not this is just part of their obligations as Democrats to actually speak those concerns out loud, or actually there's some truth behind those claims.
Well, I think the fact that these are some new policies that Noem has implemented about not being able to visit and not being able to have normal oversight really speaks volumes. She's making a lot of parallels to the Biden administration, but these policies that she's put in place were not in place under the Biden administration. And it's a bit misleading for her to say that these are federal facilities under a higher level of oversight, because while that is true of ICE facilities in general, one of the big complaints with this Alligator Alcatraz is that it actually is operated by state-run facilities. So all of those checks and balances that may come with federal operation are kind of skirted by allowing state contractors to run this particular facility. And the fact that we're already having all these complaints so early in its operation, right, and even on a guided tour, which is obviously built to assuage fears, is really concerning for human rights complaints.
Now, the secretary also sort of teased the idea that 5 more facilities in 5 different states could also be popping up in the future when we consider it. What would having 5 additional facilities actually mean for the Trump administration and the way that they're trying to conduct their immigration enforcement?
Yeah, and I'm from a border state. I'm from Arizona, so this is really scary to me. First of all, just the money. Even if the human rights concerns aren't something that resonates with folks, the fact that these are FEMA-funded facilities, and Alligator Alcatraz alone is supposed to cost annually it's $400 million a year for this one facility to operate. So imagine adding that times 5 when we're already having cuts to FEMA that are having dire consequences on other services, but we're reallocating this money to hundreds of millions of dollars operating these facilities. That could have a huge impact on all of our disaster response.
What is the breaking point, you think, for this Alligator Alcatraz and for the inmates that are there, for them to actually take whatever necessary steps to make lasting change to it? Is it reporters like me actually going there and seeing it and reporting it? Is it lawmakers on both sides, actually speaking up? Is it an actual lawsuit potentially from the families?
Well, we do have some lawsuits pending, and I would say all of the above. I think it's great that coverage is persisting here. I think it's great that lawmakers are pushing against these policies that deny them access, especially as we're seeing so many complaints about the Trump administration's treatment of immigrants and the treatment that they're receiving in Trump-endorsed facilities overseas or here. So it shows that there's a different attitude towards detention protections that this administration espouses when you see things like sending detainees to South Sudan when they have no connection. Abrego Garcia espoused some complaints about the conditions where he was sent. So obviously there are different thresholds that are being met under this administration. So I think everybody keeping the alert up and keeping it sustained, not letting folks forget that this is happening, is vital. And so I really appreciate the coverage you guys are giving to it.
All right, Mackenzie Joy Brennan, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's continue that conversation with our political panel this hour. Republican strategist Matt Klink and Democratic strategist Madeline Somerville. Thank you both.